Have you ever wanted to take an acid trip where you play a turn-based Sekiro Shadows Rape twice, while your enemies take the turn aspect of the game away from you? Where you're accompanied with great friends that definitely survive, especially the main character. Right? You get to explore wonderful worlds that are, guys, I think there's someone hanging there, as well as be tortured in the never-ending maze of the giant face's wall. Yeah, when I said acid trip, I wasn't joking. God, where the fuck is the exit? The only turn-based game with the innovation of a jump button that is accompanied by the Souls-like dodge and parry mechanic, where you have to be prepared to study the enemy attacks and be prepared to fail all of them. Yeah, here it's even worse than in Elden Ring. Oh, and did I mention there is a lot of foot fetish involved? Then oh boy, is this one of the games of all time. You know what? No. This is a game that not only should you play, but you must play it. It's an artistic masterpiece. From the incredible variety of enemies you get to fight against,
Tung 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 sahur,
to the wonderfully painted scenery that immerses you into the game. And don't even get me started on the music. All in all, I think this game is a solid IGN 7 out of 10, because there is one downside to this game I just can't overlook. Everyone is fucking French. If you're not sure if you should play the game, then well, the short answer is yes. The long answer is yes, absolutely. Not even for the gameplay. The story alone is...
If you could grow old, would you find a reason to smile?
Let me take you through the French-tastic experience of... Hello dear Shaquille O'Neal pregnancy test connoisseurs, it's ya boy, Danger Squad Season 2 Episode 1. We begin the game as Gustavo and are accompanied by...
Alright, let's go. I'll accompany you there. Are you ready to see her again?
yeah.
Sonic the Ginger Hog. We immediately beat up a child as a tutorial, peak game of the year. Soon we find out that someone has been slowly wiping out the whole lobby by taking out the old Karens behind the shed with a shotgun. Apparently she's called the Paintress, so maybe she's using a paint gun instead? Last POV of the 33-year-olds in the game. And so, our expedition begins. This will be the expedition that brings down the Paintress. Look at everyone's morale. Who the fuck wrote L Expedition on her sign, guys? Gustav says his final goodbyes to everyone, including his students, his sister, and... Oh hey, they put me in the game.
Chit chat. Come on, old man, let's have a duel.
Old man.
Oh man, why do they make these games so realistic? And so, half drunk, we embark on our journey. As soon as we land on the ominously black shores, we are greeted by a grandpa who shows us how he cranked 90s in OG Fortnite.
Goodbye, my nigga. Back to the lobby.
And then the entire team gets killed off by a group of creatures made out of hands. Oh god, no, not again. Don't worry guys, Expedition 32 will get them. Surely they will be more prepared. Some might say they will be all hands. I'm not fucking doing this shit again.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
I know our whole crew got killed and all, but all I'm thinking in this cutscene of is checking that waterfall. We get our first real fight where we learn the secret martial arts of parry this, ya filthy casual, and we reunite with our friends. Then we attempt to reunite with our friends. Persona! After Lune, also known as Feet Mommy, smacks some sense into us, sadly by using words and not her bare feet, we get to know how unfriendly to strangers the neighborhood is. Average Texas household. And of course, this game being a Souls-like, has to have a boss shit stomp you for an hour until you learn the art of get good. What the fuck is that thing? Is that a... Oh fuck, it's the French!
We love immigration.
Continuing on, we find a very special and welcoming Michelin man that on first glance doesn't seem to wish anyone harm, nor does he have any signs showing he might be responsible for any crimes at all. Hi, may I have one very explosive material, please? Why, I would never see a problem with this at all. Here you go, sir. We help him out and move on. There is no reason to fight such a distinguished, wise, special Nevron. So, moving on. Jesus, are there immigrants in this world too?
Fuck. It's big.
Patriots must
After cleaning up the neighborhood of the weeds problem and killing my French Sona, we find a ransom note for Maël. However, instead of money, they're asking for Luna's feet pics. The writing on the note strangely resembles Gustave's style of writing, and since we're in a hurry to save Maël, we obviously take this very important detour. What the... is it? Is that a fucking sheep, Nevron? Bro, this thing is gonna be easy. We end up in Fontaine. The enemies here are, special variety. We help out yet another distinguished member of society acquire yet another explosive device. We find a door in the middle of the ocean. This is not a sentence I expected to say. And we get sucked into the Manor, where we find Maël as well as her savior. Then we find Noko, which is a small character with a high-pitched voice. Here is where my PTSD kicks in. And he is asking us for a fight, but like, come on, how am I supposed to fight this guy? Look at how scrawny he is. Noko leads us through the waters to find his village. We head on towards the Gestural village. You seem to really like Gestrals, even more than humans.
They're made out of wood and aren't wearing any clothes. They're bigger than you.
After defeating their invincible robot, as well as their more invincible robot, and then their even more invincible ultimate robot, we finally find the Gestral village, full of all kinds of Gestrals. We have Big Gestral, Bigger Gestral, Your Mom-sized Gestral, Fortnite Gestrals, and Queso Gestrals, as well. Are they fuck? Oh god. And the Gestrals I can relate to. Who was in Paris? No distractions, we need to find the chief's house. Oh, I wonder where the chief's house is. We meet Golgra. Crush my skull please. But she will only help us if we fight in their arena and win against their champion, which is CL, one of our original crew members. Her whole personality is being seasick and an alcoholic. Trust me, I can fix her. As a reward for winning, Thunder Thighs Golgra tells us to find SK. And since we're in a hurry to find Eskimo, we obviously take this very important detour to the casino, baby! At Assessments Layer, we find out that this game has diversity, as not all people here are French. Here is a lore-accurate American. We find out he can't swim, because we're too heavy. Go fuck yourself. Eskimo Ice Cream can help, but he needs his stolen rock from Pope Francis. So we're 2 out of 2 of me covering games where the turtle is holy. We are tasked with finding a rock in a stone quarry. That's like looking for an Indian in a no-shower convention. At this point, if you'll want to kill the paintress, just make her play Overwatch. She'll kill herself faster. Here there are a lot of, you guessed it, stones, as well as enemies straight out of an Italian brain rot compilation, such as Medusa's rotisserie chicken, the edgy 13-year-old.
Honey, come over.
I can't, I'm busy being a massive boulder stuck in the ground.
But my parents aren't home.
I mean, we also have the sentient nightmare, but it's kinda bugged right now, because when you go near it, it just kinda... After After Gustav gets sent to the Shadow Realm and resurrected as a much more handsome version of himself, we travel to the next region of wait, what's the place called? I don't know. I think, gosh, I seem to forget.
Oh shit.
We move through the battlefield, where lots of soldiers have fallen. Yes, yeah, it's very sad. Now, can we please move on through the...
What a fucking...
We get ambushed by the coolest looking boss ever. And then, the coolest looking fight ever. We bury Gustavo and move on to fight the evil family. And on to our next episode of the Disaster Expedition, we're looking to recruit a new comrade in arms.
No distraction, son. I'm really busy beating up strangers.
Or I guess a comrade in feet.
He transforms by collecting Nevron feet. We're heading for Old Lumiere.
Okay, bye.
We will need to use very strong charisma actions to sway him to join us.
Out of the question. I will never join you again.
There will be a lot of fighting, though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's true.
There will be a lot of fighting.
Exactly.
Count me in then.
Good.
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 Yes, good.
As we get to Old Lumiere, Chad Monaco splits the building and the party in half. We travel to the center to regroup, where we find the evil creepy mansion from Luigi's Mansion 2, where we find the curator's wife? After Verso's Assassin's Creed attempt failed, and we got our asses handed to us by Renoir, I can't believe they killed such an important character from our party. We ask Mr. Whenever how to get to the Paintress, and it's 2 mega boss fights, of course. However, before we get there, I didn't even mention what the actual gameplay is. No, I don't mean the combat. No, not making an OP build and flexing that you're cheesing all the bosses on Twitter. The real gameplay are the gestural beaches, where you play only up so you can get some sexy skins. Damn, the gestrals are some real heavy masturbators. Our first target is the Masked Man, who is he who guards the truth with lies. I don't know, the nice man who promised me candies if I get in the van? So while we make our way towards fighting Loki, the god of copying the wrong person with his ult, we fight his creations. The joy we feel when we drink and drive, the sadness of being pulled over, and the anger of me not being able to parry the driver's license takeaway. I tried the taking away gun strat, but it gets countered a lot. I think it needs a buff. We almost defeat the Axon, but he puts a mask on everyone other than Chad Monaco so they can't breathe. And just when our heroes seem to be at the brink of death, and they don't have an escape, Ciel puts down her bottle and pulls out some plot armor shit. And so we claim the Axon's heart face. Before we move on to our second Axon, we camp to get to know each other more. Oh god, there's relationship levels? Oh, I don't get to fuck SK, do I? And now that we have half the materials of our Diamond Sword, all we need is just one piece to finish it and break through the barrier. All we need is just one piece. The second Axon whose nuts we have to twist is Cyrene, which is a mistress of mind control. At least she isn't a blonde white woman. She charms the entire party except for Chad Monaco, who wakes us up. We must navigate through the weird fucked up Coliseum, dodging the Fly-Eyed Mistress as well as... What the fuck is that? Oh god, please don't call on me. And after we're done dodging flopping digs, being bombed by literally trains, and scariest of all, flying women, we easily bring her down and can finally move on to the real fight. We shall bring down the Paintress. After our very good attempt of bringing down the massive statue that doesn't even flinch at us, as the real Paintress sets everyone on fire except for Chad Monaco. We enter the Paintress's memory. Oh, I really hope we don't find a old VHS tape of her. Oh god, no. We roam through the memories of our entire expedition, from where Gustav woke up, to the watery prison where we found Mael, the red forest where we lost all sense of direction, the stone cliffs where we exchanged Gustav for the Walmart version of Gustav, the battlefield we all have but forgotten about, which we exit onto... Oh. We get to even take one of the trains at Monoko Station, which leads us to a broken and Nevron-infested Lumiere, where we find the base of the sorry, wrong game. But we're stopped by Renoir and his lion. So a husband with a lion stand is protecting his wife. Wow, how did you come up with this one, Sandfall Studios? With everyone except CL dressed appropriately, we give Verso one last chance to deliver a good catchphrase he stole from Mael.
Family is complicated.
And we engage Renoir in battle, as we have prepared for anything. But Renoir, of course, pulls off cheap shit during the fight. Hey, that's only fair when I do it. After beating him to a pulp, the fucker just rises again and uses his ultimate on us. And you know it's strong when even Chad Monoko is somewhat affected. With whenever helping us defeat Renoir, we finally get to the Paintress, this time for real, who recognizes Mael as her daughter Alicia, with Verso saying that Verso is dead. Yeah, that's not mysterious plot at all. Allahu Akbar! We face off against the Paintress herself, who has a whole arsenal of attacks, ranging from spanking you with her weirdly paintbrush-shaped sandal, sending magic homing missiles, and of course, tearing the fabric of reality itself. After a prolonged struggling fight, we bring down the Paintress. It's hard to believe I really made it, after all of that. I don't mean the struggles and lore and fights we've gone through, I mean we finally have a game I covered without splitting it into parts. No, forget about my Resident Evil 3 video, that one doesn't count, because, for story purposes. We are on our way back to Lumiere, but first, since Eskimo now has flight, we get to explore all parts of the map, with all the wonderfully painted side bosses and stories, which includes the one I got to do, and the reason why I bought a new mouse.
I am Clair, paintbrush of Verso, and I have never known defeat.
This is Clair, our sister, but it's the painted version who apparently was the one who was painting all the Nevrons, for god knows what reason. She heals each time you don't counter, truly a Millennia level threat. Unlike Millennia, we don't get the satisfaction of defeating her. She pulls off a Kurt Cobain and does that shit herself. We return to Lumiere and celebrate with others our victory. But I'm done spoiling all the other content for all of you. If you haven't played the game, then you're cringe, broke, maidenless, perilous, no friends, queso-shaped, smell worse than Indian street food, touch grass, and worst of all, you're kinda French. If GTA 6 follows its trend and gets delayed to 2026, then this game is easily Game of the Year. That is of course if it can compete with the new Gumball adventures. Anyways, I'm done yapping, cause Elden Ring Night Rain just came out, so I have a new game to glaze out of my mind as the next Game of the Year.
What will you paint?
I see thee, little tarnished.